Good day and welcome to Mayor King's TV News. Now to begin the news, here are the headlines read by Timiela Emanuela. Delta Central APC denies internal rift after Warri dumped PDP. Urhobos in Warri writes to NSA stating that the Ijaws are not part of Warri South. Itsekiri youths again denounced Inec'S war delineation report leading to a peace walk in Warri. China to establish electric vehicle factories in Nigeria. On entertainment, South Africa deports popular Nigerian pastor and imposes 5-year ban. On the business news, Dampman declares NNPCL refineries not producing enough petrol. On the foreign scene, Joe Biden diagnosed with aggressive prostate cancer. On the world of sports, Flying Eagles beat Egypt via penalties as they bag bronze home. Now the news in full. Leaders of the All Progressive Congress (APC) in Delta Central Senatorial District of Delta State have dispelled the rumor that the party is in disarray since Governor Sheriff Warri joined their fold. At a meeting yesterday at Senator Ede Omoyiwa Definone's residence, the party leaders called for even greater cohesion and cooperation from the party faithful as the APC grows stronger in Delta State. The party leaders also passed the vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu and Warri, as well as their representatives in the National Assembly for living up to their responsibilities. The meeting was chaired by Delta Central APC leader Paulinus Akpekpe. In his remarks, Dafinone represented an update on his activities in the Senate and development efforts in Delta Central District, and joining party members to engage with his office to assess available opportunities, particularly federal and state programs. Meanwhile, the lawmaker representing Delta South Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Joel Onowakbo Thomas, yesterday hosted former members of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the locality that defected to APC, during which he affirmed Warri as the sole governorship candidate of APC in Delta State in 2027. Two focal persons under the auspices of Urhobos of Warri South Local Government Area, Chief Westham Adehor and Honorable Mark Ikpuri, have written to the National Security Advisor (NSA), Nuhu Ribadu, notifying him that the Ijaws are not from Warri South Local Government Area of Delta State. In the letter dated May 15, the Dua of Chief Westham Adehor and Honorable Mark Ikpuri protested their exclusion from a scheduled stakeholders meeting with the National Security Advisor. The meeting fixed for Monday, May 19, at the office of the NSA in Abuja is expected to address the continuous INEC ward and unit delineation exercise in Warri Federal Constituency. The letter, which copied the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and the Delta State Rec of the Commission, noted their inter alia protest later on the exclusion from the scheduled stakeholders meeting with the National Security Advisor on the court-ordered INEC delineation exercise. Aggrieved Itsekiri youths have stormed the streets of Warri to engage in a peaceful but passionate protest against the dubious and politically motivated war delineation report recently submitted by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). The youths' weekend marched through portions of the MPA Warri Saple roads down to Ogunu and terminated at Ikpuri community. In a press statement at the end of the peace walk tagged "Redirecting the Misinformation of Land Ownership" in Warri as they relate to INEC's ward redelineation, they accused the electoral body of allegedly shortchanging Itsekiri ethnic group in the recent ward redelineation exercise, calling for an urgent review. Meanwhile, Dismissing the untrue several lies told around ownership of Warri by their neighbors, they also debunked allegations that the Itsekiri nation was stockpiling arms for crisis in the area. Some others who also spoke said that the peace walk was all about demanding justice and fairness for Itsekiri nation, alleging that the electoral body did not comply with its guidelines on the world redelineation exercise. The Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, Yu Donghai, has revealed that plans are underway to establish electric vehicles factory and other manufacturing ventures in Nigeria. Donghai disclosed this to the Minister of Solid Minerals, Dele Aleke, at a recent bilateral meeting. This revealed on Sunday in Abuja by Mr. Aleke's special assistant on media, Segun Tomori. Tomori stated that the ambassador stressed the need for greater collaboration between China and Nigeria to unlock the potential of Nigeria's solid minerals sector by establishing electric vehicle factories. The ambassador also expressed support for Nigeria's local value addition policy, pointing out that one of the President Xi Jinping key priorities is aimed on promoting Africa's industrialization. Donghai stated that the leaders of Nigeria and China agreed to elevate bilateral relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership aimed at creating new opportunities for cooperation. He further recalled that President Bola Tinubu and Mr. Jinping recently held high-level talks during Tinubu's state visit to China in pursuit of that goal. Now on the entertainment news. The South African government has deported Timothy Umotosho, a Nigerian televangelist and senior pastor of Jesus Dominion International (JDI), based in Durban. The 66-year-old was arrested by South Africa's Priority Crimes Unit, the OX, on 20th April 2017 at Port Elizabeth International Airport. It was accused of heinous crimes including rape, racketeering, and human trafficking, allegations that shook the nation. He was tried for 8 years but was acquitted of all 32 charges on 2nd of April and subsequently released from prison. According to a Sunday report by the South African Broadcasting Corporation, Omotosho agreed to be deported following his rearrest by immigration authorities in East London, a city on the southeastern coast of South Africa, on May 10, 2025. Furthermore, South Africa's Department of Home Affairs confirmed that Omotosho will be barred from re-entering the country for 5 years. Omotosho was expected to arrive in Lagos at 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. However, as of press time, it remained unclear whether the pastor had arrived in Nigeria. Now on the business news. The Depot and Petroleum Products Marketers Association of Nigeria has said that its members can only buy premium motor spirits, also known as petrol, from the Dangote refinery, as the refineries owned by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited cannot optimally produce premium motor spirit, but naphtha. DAPMAN's executive secretary, Olufemi Adewale, confirmed this on Sunday. Consequently, he stressed that the marketers will only resort to importation if they cannot get the product locally. He highlighted that the Dangote refinery was not ready to sell premium motor spirit to its members who wanted to buy in bulk. Adewale clarified that his members will not go to the Port Harcourt or Warri refineries for petrol because the facilities are producing naphtha, not optimally producing the much needed petrol. He maintained that the in-country production of premium motor spirit should be ramped up to give marketers more sources of getting the product. However, he also clarified that it was not the primary will of the depot owners to import, saying they would rather buy locally and sell to Nigerians, but the opportunities are limited. Now on the foreign scene. A statement from the office of former US President Joe Biden on Sunday has revealed that he has been diagnosed with prostate cancer that has now spread to his bones. The discovery was made on Friday after he reported urinary symptoms, which led doctors to find a small nodule on his prostate. It was stated that the cancer is a more aggressive form of the disease, and Biden and his family are reviewing treatment options. He left office in January as the oldest seven US presidents in history, and questions about his health dogged his first term, leading him to end his run for re-election late in his campaign. After news broke of his diagnosis, the former president received support from both sides of the aisle, including President Donald Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, former Vice President Kamala Harris, and others. Now in the world of sports, the Flying Eagles concluded their 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations campaign with a victory, defeating Egypt 4-1 on penalties in Sunday's third-place match. It was Egypt who took an early lead through Hassan's brilliant goal in the third minute, to the delight of the home supporters. The goal unsettled the Flying Eagles as they tried to find their rhythm and composure after the early setback. After some moments of hard work, Nigeria leveled parity in the 47th minute through Bidemi Omole to silence the home crowd. All efforts for both teams to win the game proved abortive as the encounter went on penalties. In the penalty shootout, the Flying Eagles edged Egypt 4-1 to clinch the third-place match. Now to end the news, recap on our headlines. Delta Central APC denies internal rift after Oboiwari dumped PDP. Urhobos in Warri writes to NSA stating that the Ijaws are not part of Warri South. Itsekiri youths again denounce Inec'S war delineation report, leading to a peace walk in Warri. China to establish electric vehicle factories in Nigeria. On entertainment, South Africa deports popular Nigerian pastor and imposes 5-year ban. On the business news, Dampman declares NNPCL refineries not producing enough petrol. On the foreign scene, Joe Biden diagnosed with aggressive prostate cancer. In the world of sports, Flying Eagles beats Egypt via penalties as they back bronze home. That ends the news, as read and edited by Timiola Emanuela. Thanks for watching.